It is estimated that Kampala's central business district is host to a population of about 2 million people who come to town to sell or buy something. Most of these use a boda or taxi to reach town. However, the latest measures intended to prevent COVID-19 have seen public transport suspended for 2 weeks. The move saw most shops and arcades remaining closed on Thursday and Friday as traders and customers could not make it to the central business district on time. Many have lost jobs during this time and are desperately waiting for solutions from government. Economists, led by Dr. Fred Muhumuza of Makerere University, explained how the ongoing partial lockdown has affected the economy.
A taxi from Kampala to Mbale may be charging 30,000. Those are 14 people. So if you look at how many taxis go to Mbale, go to Arua, go to Kabale, plow the streets in Kampala. So certainly the loss is nowhere anything less than billions of shillings that have not been earned and have not been spent, and the ripples within across the economy is quite significant.
One of the most obvious ones is the tax revenue, because once you don't have businesses functioning, then that is going to go all the way to how much the tax authorities are able to collect. So you can anticipate a huge shortfall.
The economists explain that transport is a major economic driver. With clients unable to reach their markets, most small businesses can't succeed. An example is the mobile money business, which employs thousands, but is virtually non-functional now.
So once you work on the cost of borrowing, government will access money at fairly reasonable rates and can use it to stimulate the economy. But the private sector as well can easily access credit and recover a little faster.
So people should not be thinking of, let me go and borrow money to revamp this business, because that's not the problem. The problem of a shortfall in money is because of a shortfall in cash flow. And the shortfall in cash flow is because the demand has been disrupted. So whether you borrow money to put into this business, as long as the demand has been disrupted, you won't be able to sell, and now you'll have added an extra burden of the loan.
What's your advice to the people who are in the informal and non-informal sector?
I was just chatting with friends who said, I wanted to buy headsets of this much. I said, this is not the time to buy headsets. Anything above 20,000 or even 10,000. Buy cheap ones, they will see you through the season. Because this now is the time to buy food, pay your rent, keep your electricity on, keep your water flowing, keep healthy.
The government's priority now is on preventing the spread of the disease. However, the economists had this to say about other solutions that can be incorporated.
Adjustments in spending. Spending has to reduce. So as the budget is being discussed for the next financial year, this might be one of the things to look at.
This is not the time, as we have said, to borrow to build transmission lines. For heaven's sake, forget transmission lines. Let's borrow to build health systems. Let's borrow to ease the pain on the population by not taxing them and using the borrowed funds to keep vital government facilities and services running.
Already people have been suffering with taxes when they are working. As a government, you must look at that and say, okay, they are not working. Do I still continue to levy taxes on things like water, on things like electricity? Do I still continue to levy VAT at 18%? The answer is no. Countries, responsible governments have actually gone ahead to reduce taxes.
The ramifications of COVID-19 virus are quite dire and hard-hitting, but experts are saying that as much as people or anyone tries to stay safe and not contract the disease, it's also ideal to remain as frugal as possible in terms of how much you spend and the priorities you make during this time. SUDHIR BYARUHANGA, NTV.